Hey Stuart, it's Sam. I thought I'd quickly record this email and reading it to you. It might help rather than have to go through it. The email reads: Thanks, Stuart. Your feedback is really useful. I'm not seeing myself from an objective perspective, and when you bring this to my attention, it's true that I've not stayed on point and not focused on any one niche as you suggested. I saw that LinkedIn post by that guy doing lead generation for coaches, and I thought that would be great. He's got all his ducks in a row, like you've suggested. And in truth, actually, I didn't act on the message that I sent you at all. I didn't go searching for coaches. I didn't make anything about that whatsoever. And I've just sent you the email, and that was it. And I just went about doing what it is that I'm normally doing anyway, without actually zeroing in on coaches at all. I'm reminded of a guy who I met a long while ago who very impressively introduced himself to me as the Facebook ads specialist for dentists. From the moment you met him, you knew what it was he was offering, and it just seemed like so in sync, made so much sense. Well, I can see that, yes, I'm lacking focus, and probably I'm also, in truth, lacking self confidence. At the moment, I'm going wherever I think I might get my next client from. Not only am I about to start working with a company in the executive travel niche, as I sent you an email about, I must admit to spending the last few days posting to CEOs and business owners that show up just under a basic search for the terms B2B in UK, without any reference to my previous statement that I would go for coaches, and I'm posting to all sorts of businesses with the following initial message, which really, hello, blah de blah, first name. Would you agree that most successful B2B companies would you agree that for most successful business to business companies, their great results start with top quality outreach? If I could show you a way to get a steady stream of perfect customers to your door, would you connect here to find out more? Hope to chat with you soon. That's Sam, and that's the message. So far from being specific, the most niche down I'm being is targeting successful B2B company owners, and that's hardly being specific at all. So I'm getting in my own way here. I'm also not being coachable. Neither of these things are very advisable. And if I'm honest, something inside me is clearly resisting this idea of niching down into just the one specific niche. I'm thinking, even if I were to start work with my friend in the travel niche, I'd probably still look outside of that niche for my next client. Doing some soul searching to find out what's at the bottom of all this, I'm getting the following. I don't want to upset my possible new client, and I'm thinking that to give her exclusivity, that would please her. That would, what you might call, it's a pleasing drama, basically. B, staying inside of one tight niche, I'm going to run out of prospects to pitch to, which you might call a scarcity drama. C, doing something different. Doing something different all the time keeps me more interested and more on my toes. This is just setting myself up for a life of struggle and hard work, as you would say. I'll forever have to keep doing fresh new research for fresh new niches, and you're very clear about that. Yeah. D, before the coach's idea, I was thinking of targeting marketing agencies. The idea being that many in this niche have too much to do fulfilling on their workload, keeping their clients happy, and could use some help in generating the leads, as they've maybe taken their eye off that particular ball in that area. Unlike coaches, I did do some outreach for these guys, but did not follow up. This is interesting to me to see this. I know their world is like, that is interesting for me to see. I know their world like I know the world of coaches. Yes, I'm not following up on either. This is probably the self-esteem issue coming back. Me thinking that if I had to speak with anyone in that niche, they would know me or they'd call me out as a fake or something like that. In other words, I'm not backing myself, not trusting myself, what you might call low or lacking in self-esteem. So E, I think the underlying driver of it all is that I'm seeing myself in survival mode, in essence, just doing everything to scratch out my next meal. Um, I'll ask anyone. It's almost like I'm begging, only with something of a little bit more value to offer in return. If only you would be good enough to give me some work. It's kind of like that. So, well, I'm sorry this is such a long email, or such a long message, and it's been helpful for me to see myself from an objective point of view by writing it. I'm not sure where to go from here, to be honest. I feel like we've not made much progress as I'm resisting doing what you suggest. It's not a conscious thing. In fact, this is exactly how I ran my business when I was a travel magazine publisher. We'd sell ads to anyone and everyone instead of zeroing in on one niche. And I got to know a fellow publisher, another business owner, successful publisher in those days. He was specializing in magazines for the skiing industry, and that again was in travel. So the skiing travel niche. And he was absolutely making a fortune, but I never could do that. I was always going wide. Meanwhile, we were just getting by for 15 years of just getting by until eventually I left because it wasn't going anywhere other than from one crisis to the next. So you could say this is almost like ADHD type behavior, and it's not new to me, I must say. So as you said, I'm not sure where to go from here. As you said, I keep resisting your coaching to focus on doing one type of client, one problem, one sequence that I can sell to many. So I could apply this to my last remaining I could apply this to my last remaining client who's in overseas real estate. I've got another guy who said yes to my proposal and he's about to start, and that'll be in a couple of weeks, but he's in recruitment. This is a whole nother world, as they say, as well. Or I could stay focused on the executive travel niche when this new client comes on board. Or I could just carry on getting poor results, bouncing from one sales call to the next, one niche to the next, entertaining my what I recognise to be self-defeating yearning for variety. So this, I will say, Stuart, is a challenging time for me. I'd welcome your thoughts on the above. At the same time, I do want to keep working with you, and I don't know what's getting in the way that I do. I mean, I've tried to dig out what's in the way. It's a challenge that I can't seem to get over. So, as I said, I'd welcome your thoughts on the above. Hopefully we can have a breakthrough. Who knows, maybe that travel one might be the one. As I've got some background in travel, it might be that we can settle down on that. I don't know. So that's it. Thought I'd make the video so you don't have to wade through the email, but I'll send you both. All right, hope you will. Speak soon. Cheers, mate. Bye now.